I'm live, I'm live, I'm live, I'm live. It's Thursday, it's Thursday, I'm live, it's Thursday, and I'm live. There's a couple things I want to talk about today. I got my little post-it notes. I want to talk about racism in sports and sports media some more. And some other media stuff today. Some other media stuff that I wanted to talk about. Hi. I also want to start off by saying if you haven't seen my video on moral objectivity, which is a video that discusses objectivity in media, please go watch it. Hello. Hi, Kate. I'm good. How are you? Hi, Xavier. Hi, Level Up. Hi, Miss Larice. Hi, Adrian. Hi, Phoenix. I'm live. Hi, Alexandra. Hi, Kai. Hi, Cafe Ole. Marcus. Hi, Sims3. Hi, Cher. Daya, I see you. Hi, Diversity Love. Hi, Paris. Hi, Jared. Hi, Davey. Hi, Billy. Hi, Jermaine. What's up? What's up? Oh, gosh. What happened? Hi, John. Hi, Fam Samity Sam. You're in Utah? Where is this Utah anyway? Hi, Nicole. What's up? Hi, Danielle. What's up? Hi, Razy Crandom Girl. I literally just started Real Trini. I just started. It's been like 2 minutes. Hi, Vanity, Shamika. Hi, D City. What are we talking about? I want to talk a little bit more about media. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, okay. I didn't know you lived in Salt Lake City. That's cool. Whoops. I want to talk a little bit more about media. I want to talk a little bit more about racism in sports and sports media and some other stuff that I kind of feel like I didn't really touch on in my video, but I want to touch on a little bit. And I just want to say some stuff overall about like racism in media. I just realized I had my hand over the mic. So you guys might not have heard nothing I just said. It might have sounded muffled because I have my hand right on the mic. Hi, I'm doing all right. Whiteness, white supremacy, racism operates on the irrational, rational, needs objectivity. So yeah, I also said anyone that hasn't seen my video on moral objectivity, it's literally called On Moral Objectivity. It's in the must-watch playlist. It's in the On playlist. So it's from last summer, 2020. I filmed it last summer while in lockdown. And that video also has a lot of my thoughts on objectivity. The idea of objectivity, which I don't think exists. I don't think objectivity exists. So we could go ahead and start right there. Before we even like get a little bit into the sports stuff, I've been sort of watching this Nicole Hannah-Jones stuff because I watch her career. I've been like watching her career. So I've been watching this Nicole Hannah-Jones stuff a lot too, with her like hiring at UNC and how this like old white man, Hussman, basically stepped in because he like doesn't want her to get hired and get tenure. And the reason is because like he feels like her work is like not objective, right? Her work being the 1619 Project. And so it's really funny to like, and this has been like, you know, like, oh, her work is not objective, you know, like her work is not objective, and, you know, her work frames America as this bad place. Like, it's so funny to me. Like, it's so funny to me. To hear the pushback against the 1619 Project is so funny. Like, her work tries to frame America as this bad place, and her work is trying, you know, like her work is trying to say that the whole point, you know, everything in American history, like she just totally overlooks democracy, and she's trying to make it seem like everything in the United States, like our whole history is like all about slavery, and I don't think that's objective. Like we need to have objectivity, and like did she lie? That's why I'm saying, if you like haven't seen my video on moral objectivity, I would like people to watch it, because like that's also something that I got to, is like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? What is objectivity? Like, what is objectivity? Like, people really feel like objectivity means like, you know, like, we got to hear both sides. But like, you have one side that's like like slavery denial. Why do we need to hear that side? Like, what about, you know, you have somebody that's saying that like a slave, you have somebody that's giving you truth. Truth is not objective. Truth is not objective. That's the thing about objectivity. And that's the reason why journalism basically is not shit, is because journalism is not really founded on a foundation of truth. No. Fairness is not founded on truth and, you know, fairness. No. Our modern day journalism is founded on this idea of objectivity. Objectivity is not truth. Objectivity is not truth. Like, the truth is the truth. So it's just like, you know, the idea of objectivity says, if I write a piece saying the sky is blue, I have to also have a piece saying that actually the sky is purple, because that's the only way for us to achieve true objectivity, right? Because there's this idea that like, well, we also have to hear both sides of the story, so it's objective. But the person saying that the sky is purple is wrong. They're wrong. They're incorrect. That's a lie. So why does like objectivity prioritizes lies, fallacies, in the name of, well, we have to hear both sides. This idea of objectivity does not prize truth. And so now you have journalists that are like, well, I want to tell the truth. Like, I want to tell the truth. Nicole Hannah-Jones is somebody that's like, we need to tell the truth. We need to tell the truth about slavery. We need to tell the truth about slavery in the United States and the way that it underpins everything, and the way that it, you know, it's really the underlying infrastructure of our country, even still to this day. There's really no objective rebuttal of that statement. It's true. It's a true statement. So to say that, well, we can't hire her unless like we also hire a fucking Nazi that's going to be able to like give us another perspective makes no fucking sense. Like, we are really living in the motherfucking upside down. Like, we're really living in the motherfucking upside down. And this is something that I also see with relations to this conversation that Naomi Osaka has started around this idea of what is, you know, even like what is objectivity and what is appropriate in sports journalism, right? Because you have all these people that feel like, well, we should have access to the athletes. Like, we should have access to the athletes, and journalism. We got to be able to write, and journalism. But you're not fair. You're not objective. You don't tell the truth. You write gossip about these people. You lie about them. We've had several people be caught saying like actual untruths about athletes. Like, y'all make shit up. Like, you're not objective. And now you have athletes that are pushing back against that, and you're like so offended, right? Like, it's very funny to me. I fucking hate journalists. Journalists are the fucking scum of the earth, especially Caucasian ones. But let me go back and see some comments. Let me get my Post-its so I know exactly what I want to say. Journalists are pieces of shit. And again, I say this as somebody that, like, I have a degree in journalism with a minor in political science. Like, I know a lot about this. Journalists are not shit, especially these political, like the political ones, the sports ones, the entertainment. They're not shit. They're not shit. If you don't follow me on Instagram, like, if you could check out my Instagram, I know they've changed it now, so you can't look on people's pages unless you're logged in. Thanks, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. But like, I've been posting some like excerpts from some articles. This dude wrote this sports journalist wrote a fucking article over on The Guardian. It's called like, "We're Not the Good Guys." What did I say in my fucking video? I was like, everybody fucking hates you. Like, nobody likes you. The athletes don't like you. The fans don't like you. You're not the good guys, journalists. And that's the thing about journalists. Journalists think they're the good guys. Oh, I'm reporting on truth and justice and fairness. You're not the fucking good guys. Any journalist watching this, we all fucking hate you. You're not the good guys. You're the pieces of shit. You're the fucking ambulance chasing fucking pieces of shit. We don't like you. Journalists are the fucking villains. Right. They're the villains. Hi, Queen. Oh, you could hear me. Okay, good. Hi, Salt of the Earth. Hi. Hi, Natalia. Hi, Kakashi Cowboy. Cool. Hi, Savannah. I felt like you had more to say after the first video. I did. Hi, Small Cupid. Hi, Monica. Hi, Armand. Chariot Man Gaming. Sincere. It's so apparent, especially with black women in sports. They're treating Simone Biles really poor right now because she's too good. And they did the exact same thing to the figure skater. The figure skater. That now I can't think of her name, but I did a Hidden Figures on her. She's landing moves that nobody else can land because she has the talent, she has the athleticism. So what do? They outlaw the move and they fucking fine her, right? Because this black woman got the nerve to fucking be able to do this move that nobody else can do. So we got to outlaw the move. Oh, the move is too dangerous. And they fined her. Okay? Like, thank you, Saria Bonali. Thank you, Armand. That's her name. That's her name. So, something I didn't say in my video that I did want to say. So, I mentioned the racism. I mentioned the racism in sports media. And the way that the sports media is racist as fuck, and it really fucking targets the black athletes. Somebody that I meant to mention, I know I mentioned Michael Jordan in The Last Dance, but somebody that I meant to mention and I forgot to mention was Allen Iverson. From the minute Allen Iverson basically showed that he was an athletic prodigy in football as well as in basketball, when he was in fucking high school in Virginia, okay? The fucking white racist press mob was after that man, okay? They were after that man. They even tried to get this dude locked up for a fucking fight in a bowling alley, okay? And then once they were all over this dude. The white racist fucking press, the media, were all over this dude. And it did not stop once he got into the NBA. It got worse. Yes, they crucified him. They hounded him. They got so much to say. They got so much to say about his hair, his cornrows, his earrings, diamonds in his ears. He got tattoos. The whole way that the NBA looks right now is because of Allen Iverson. Like, he's the blueprint, the style, the play style, like the style of play, everything. The white racist press harassed the shit out of this man. Practice? We talk about practice? They got him sitting at the press conference making a big fucking deal about practice. Allen Iverson! The answer! Right, like while he was grieving a friend's death, that whole storyline about practice demonized him. Exactly, Queen. Like the media comes up with storylines like it's fucking reality television, okay? Right? And then they want to sit there and they want to get up on this high horse and talk down to the athletes like Naomi Osaka and Marshawn Lynch that say they don't want to do this shit, like as if they big and bad and they doing something. But everybody wants to pretend that journalists are fucking cute and objective when journalists are fucking racists. They're fucking racists. The white media, the press, they are a racist white mob. They jump on these black athletes from day one. They write horrible racist shit about them. Of course, y'all heard me bring up Serena Williams numerous times. They made fucking damn near Jim Crow cartoons about this woman. And yet when Maria Dopova got caught doping, which I did a video on her. The video is called Tennis Player Not Named Serena Williams from 5 years ago, 2016, when she got caught doping herself up like a fucking horse. Like this fucking horse that just caught doping at the fucking Kentucky Derby. Oh my God, we gotta be so nice to her. And poor Maria. Maria's under so much pressure. She's under they still found a way to make that Serena Williams' fault. She's under so much pressure to try to keep up with Serena Williams. And, you know, Serena Williams, who has the body of a fucking gorilla, right? Because that's how they talked about Serena Williams, right? Serena Williams, who has the body of a gorilla. The Serena Williams, who has the body of a black man, basically, is what they tried to say. Serena Williams, who has all this power and all this and that. Of course, Maria Sharapova had to dope herself up to keep up with the fucking animal. They still made that shit about Serena Williams. And what did I say in my video when Maria Dopova got caught? I said, now imagine if Serena Williams, who's the most tested athlete ever in the history of sports, they tested Serena Williams. If she so much as coughed, they testing this bitch for drugs because they did not understand her fucking dominance. Imagine if Serena Williams had got caught fucking doping and how the press would have treated her. Right, and then they had the nerve to call her Serena. They had the nerve to call Maria Dopova Serena's rival, her adversary, her equal, which she never, ever, not one moment ever was. So it's really funny to me to see all these people, right, doping and still losing, bitch. Doping and you still losing. Meanwhile, Serena Williams, who never got caught doping not one time, she still got to be the villain of the story because she's black. She's the black bitch. So she's the villain of the story. And now we got this press and this media that got the nerve to be outraged. They got the nerve to be outraged by Naomi Osaka. They got the nerve to be outraged by Marshawn Lynch saying he's just here so he won't get fined. They got the nerve to be outraged. But they have never addressed the fact that the media, the sports media, and the press is fucking racist. They have never addressed this point, right? Lewis Hamilton, who I mentioned, I was like, bro, am I really psychic for real? Because Lewis Hamilton, who I mentioned in my fucking video, I was like, shout out to Lewis Hamilton, because I was just watching Rush, and the fucking reporter that asked the fucking horrible ass question to the race car drivers. Lewis Hamilton came out today and he supported Naomi Osaka. And one of the things Lewis Hamilton said, he said, when I first came in the F1, the Formula One circuit, the racism that I had to deal with, he's been very outspoken in terms of Black Lives Matter. Last year, he participated in a social media and a press media blackout, like a silence, like he wasn't doing social media and he wasn't doing press. And part of the reason why he said that was because he said it was to combat racism in fucking sports, and especially in the press and in these online spaces. And one of the things that Lewis Hamilton said in his statement that he made today about Naomi Osaka, one of the things that he said was, we're young athletes, we're basically being thrown to the wolves in terms of the press and also the fans. And he said, we don't even receive any media training, which was something I meant to say in my car video and I forgot. How do they have a media requirement for these athletes, but there's not a media training requirement? They don't give these athletes media training, yet they have mandatory media obligations, yet they don't have somebody come in and do artist development with them, right? They don't have, or, whatever you would call that, athlete development, whatever you would call that. They don't have somebody come in and do media training with them. They don't have somebody come in and tell them, okay, and this is how you do a press conference, and this is how it's gonna go. That's what Lewis Hamilton said in his statement. That's what Lewis Hamilton said in his statement. I posted the whole statement on Instagram, or you can just Google it. He just said it today, June 3rd. He said they throw the athletes to the wolves and they don't even have no media training. And he said that he himself had to deal with that. He said that I was a young person. I was a young black race car driver. Formula One racing is notoriously racist over in Europe. They hate niggas. And he was like, the fans are talking shit to me. The media is racist as fuck. He's like, I made mistakes too. He's like, I'm not saying that she made a mistake. I totally support what she's saying. He's like, but the media really needs to look at themselves as they rip this girl to shreds. Black athletes don't even get no media training. All the athletes that we see that they are broke, right? They don't get no money training. Athletes don't get no training. And long-term subscribers have heard me talk about how I feel like a lot of organized sports are what? Slavery. Okay, long-term subscribers have heard, y'all know I got a bone to pick with the way that we treat these black athletes. Why is it that over 80% of the sports media is white men when 90% of American professional sports leagues, the athletes are black? Why is the majority of the media white? Why is the majority of the coaches white? Why is the majority of the GMs, the managers, the trainers, the owners white? What's happening to these players as soon as their bodies give out? They're getting tossed to the side like some fucking trash, okay? The majority of the reporters are white. The majority of the upper management is white. They work these athletes to the bone. They have media requirements, but they don't even give them no media training. And then they got the nerve to be like, oh, the niggers is talking back? So we're going to take what we control, which is the white fucking racist media and the press, and we're gonna eviscerate them some more and call them spoiled, selfish, entitled. Nah, the racism in the sports and the sports media needs to be addressed. And another thing that I didn't say, which I saw y'all just now talking about in the comments too, was that I definitely feel like these organized major league sports is one of the last places that white people feel like they could be openly racist. The media, the press, the reporters, the owners, the GMs, the coaches, and the motherfucking fans. The majority white fans. Fucking Kevin Durant just had to make a statement. This ain't no zoo. We're not animals. We're human beings. You don't get to come here and fucking throw shit at us. And they throwing bags of peanuts at them. They throwing water bottles at them. They out in Boston calling the baseball players niggers. We're human beings. We're human beings. Right. We can't even take a knee without it being a problem. Oh, but when Tim Tebow want to take a knee, white cracker. Oh, it's great. It's amazing. Oh, it's wonderful. Oh, the press don't have no problem with that. Motherfuckers really need to realize this shit is racist as fuck, okay? This shit racist. At all, the race car driving, the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, the tennis, it's racist. It's racist. It's racist. It's racist on the upper levels. Again, the owners, the GMs, the coaches, the managers, they're white. They have mandatory press requirements, but they don't even give them no fucking press training. That's wrong. Okay? The fucking press itself is full of fucking vultures that they just want to stick a fucking microphone in your face so you could react so that they could drive traffic to their site. Thoughts, 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 like the fucking seagulls from Finding Nemo. Thoughts, thoughts, thoughts. All this shit is racist from top to bottom, okay? Like, and I'm tired of people trying to say, yeah, athletes are what? Shut the fuck up. The athletes have a point, bitch. Sports is one of the few places that whites can still be racist from the top to the bottom. From the media to the upper ownership to the fans. It's one of the few places that white people could still be openly racist. And treating these majority black athletes who are the talent like they are slaves. And then throwing them away when their fucking bodies give out. If you have not read the statement by Lewis Hamilton where he talks about how they have media requirements but they don't have media training, please watch it. And I've talked about this in other videos before. Like, they don't give athletes anything. Like, they don't give them media training. They don't give them money management training. They just literally use their bodies until their bodies are done and then they throw them away. And this is the shit that people really do not grasp. Okay? Like, and the journalists themselves need to shut the fuck up. Talk about something. You're not objective. Objectivity does not exist. That's not a real thing. Like, and it's too many white people. It's too many white people in Major League American sports for the majority of the talent to be black. Why is so little of the talent being funneled into the media? Why is so little of the talent being funneled into these upper management positions? Coaching, managing, GMs. Why is over 80% of the reporters and all the management and all the everything white men? Why are fans allowed to come to this shit and talk shit to the fucking black players? Because it's racist as fuck. And nobody wants to fucking admit it. Nobody wants to fucking admit it. Everybody wants to really make it seem like these niggers, the athletes, are doing too much. And it was the same thing with Colin Kaepernick. And it was the same thing with Marshawn Lynch. And it was the same thing with Allen Iverson in the 90s. And it was the same thing with Michael Jordan in the 80s. And it was the same thing with Serena Williams as it is with Naomi Osaka right now. It's the same thing. It's been the same thing for decades. Like, it's cyclical. It's not changing. Let me see some of y'all comments. Journalists are vampires. Objectivity in America usually means prioritizing the comfortability of the rich. The political, sports, and entertainment journalists are the main offenders. Crazy how when we start peeling back the layers, we realize that it's all BS. Journalists are the villains. Yes, no respect to the humanity of anyone. Hi, Wild Hope. Hi, Clarissa. Hi, Hush420. Journalists are so freaking annoying. Most of them lie so much. They deserve all this backlash. Hi, Mo. Hi, Chanel. I wanted to become a journalist when I was younger, but learning more about the profession and how much it's saturated by vultures, I had to find something else ASAP. Hi, KK is here. But like, how many athletes even become sports commentators? There's actually not that many, and it's actually like a relatively new phenomenon for us to like see more sports commentators that are athletes that are becoming sports commentators. Like, it's not that common. I despise journalists for real. The lack of empathy is astounding. Like I said, over 80%, I think it's like 82% of sports editors are white males. 80% of like sports reporters and writers are white males. And I think it was something like 85 or 90% of like the sports commentators are white. They're white. And they're mostly white men. But even the white women still have a leg up because, like I said, just look at fucking Maria Dopova. She was still a victim. She was still victimized when she got caught cheating. they still made it seem like she had no choice because she's going up against fucking Serena Williams. Like, it's Serena Williams' fault. Like, it's her fault for being the best. Like, she got the nerve to be the best and to be fucking black. So they were like, who this big booty black bitch think she is? Like, of course Maria Dopova had to fucking dope because you're white. And this is why objectivity doesn't matter, because you're white. So of course you're going to take the side of the fucking white person because everything is fucking racist. Come on now. Hi, Zafari. Hi, Chris. Journalists are corrupting their role and power in society instead of evolving with it. The stuff that I posted on Instagram, I'll also post like the links after this is done. I'll post them for anybody that wants to like read the Lewis Hamilton statement and some of the other articles and stuff that I've been reading. I knew that the athletes did not get media training. I already knew that, but I was glad that Lewis Hamilton stated it, because how do you have a media press requirement but you don't give your young athletes? And then the thing, something else that I was reading, they said, you know, some of these athletes be young as fuck, especially like we about to be in the Olympics. You have 14 and 15-year-olds in the Olympics. You have 14 and 15-year-olds that right after they compete, they have to go sit in a fucking press conference. Naomi Osaka, who was 20 years old when she beat Serena Williams in 2018, which she said that's really where her like anxiety with the press really started to like get out of control, because she's 20 years old. She beat Serena Williams, who was the favorite. Everybody booed her. She broke down in tears. And then she had to sit in front of the press with Serena Williams, who's badgering them with these questions. Serena Williams, you feel like you're going to retire. You're being upstaged by the hot young upstart Naomi Osaka. You're like an old, fat bitch. How do you feel about that? And Naomi Osaka's there like literally in tears. She's not even 21. She can't even drink. And they don't even give them no press training. And they really trying to make the argument that this is totally fine. Y'all throwing 14 and 15 and 16, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds. Traumatizing. Traumatizing. Traumatizing is the word. Like, Naomi Osaka, like, no bullshit. Naomi Osaka probably has, like, some form of PTSD. That's probably why, because she said she has, like, actual panic attacks and shit now when she has to talk to the press. She probably has some type of PTSD from that. And instead of, like, oh, how can maybe we should give our athletes press training, especially the young ones. Instead of how can we make this something that is not actively harming people, right? They just want them to shut up and entertain, which is why I like that Kevin Durant was like, we're not fucking animals. This is not a zoo. This is not a fucking circus. We are people. Yes, we're athletes, but we're fucking human beings. Come on now. Let me scroll back up and look at some of these comments. When Iverson was still grieving a friend's death, they did that. Allen Iverson is the reason that the league made them wear suits to games. It's horrid what he went through. The practice thing is still a bigger moment than people realize to this day. People don't talk about the racism that Allen Iverson faced. They villainized AI so much. I remember they couldn't keep his name out their mouth. Meanwhile, all these white athletes is the second coming of Jesus Christ. And even when they act out, y'all remember when Ryan Lochte acted the fuck out, right? Y'all remember when he acted the fuck out. And the press, he's just a kid. He's just a kid. He was 32? He's just a kid. He's just a kid. Like I said, the way they treat the white athletes and the black athletes is totally different. But they got the nerve to play the objectivity card. The journalists got the nerve to play we just here for the fans. They should be ashamed. But they're not going to be ashamed because they're fucking vultures. Right. They poke and prod at us to get reactions out of us. And you guys have heard me talking about this for a while. This poke culture. Thoughts? Y'all have heard me talk about this with Ari Lennox. People like to poke at her because they want to see her flip out. They want to see her go on Instagram Live and flip out for their entertainment so they can go write about it on their little blogs and their little gossip pages, and they could drive traffic. All this shit. That's what all these motherfucking shenanigans are. It's this poke culture, this fuck with you culture, and especially fucking with black people, especially fucking with black Americans. Like, I'm going to say the most shittiest shit to you so I can get you to react for money, for my page. I hate them pages. Like I said, they'll send you some shit like somebody kicking a puppy, and then they'll fucking put the digital thoughts. That's the microphone in your fucking face. I got it. I got it. I got the chat. I'm on it. I'm watching it. I'm watching it. I see it. I didn't put slow mode, but I could see it. We are a toy for them, simply waiting for us to snap, and then they get another story to report on. Yup. Clarissa, it's just ridiculous. It's truly exhausting. Everyone is sick. Oh, I see somebody got blocked. They had the nerve to call Maria Serena's rival, like she was an adversary or an equal when she still lost with all them drugs running through her veins. I'm still gagging that she was all doped up and still losing to Serena. Again, I feel like sports is really one of the few places that white people could still be openly racist from top to bottom. And media overall is racist as fuck. There's no such thing as objectivity. Again, if you have not seen my video on moral objectivity, I talk about this in depth. But sports is racist literally from top to bottom, like top to bottom. Like from the top, the ownership, the GMs, the managers, all the coaches, to the bottom, to the reporters that's all white, the rules, everything. I seen you guys bringing up the NFL thing, how they have this fucking rule in the NFL that was introduced in the 1990s that operates like as if the black players, who's the majority of the league, have lower cognitive brain function. Several players sued the league because they said it was making it harder for them to get their fucking benefits, right? Their cognitive benefits for their like CTE stuff, because they have a different threshold than the white players, because they're trying to make it seem like the white players start out up here and then the CTE causes them to get down here. And they're trying to say, well, the niggers start down here too because they dumb. So we're not going to pay them because you can't prove that it was a CTE that made the niggers dumb. What? And this was introduced in the 90s. And it's been going on. This shit is racist. This shit racist. Hi, Lisa. Every time Serena breathed, they looked at her like Stewie Griffin on Family Guy, staring in annoyance. And I also did read this article that I agreed with that said that they were really mad at Naomi Osaka for also even then a racist ass reason. Hi, Marcy. Which is that when Naomi Osaka came on the scene 3 years ago, they thought she was gonna be their sweet little docile girl that was gonna like push the black bitch Serena Williams out. But instead, Naomi Osaka, she wearing the mask that say Black Lives Matter. She's wearing the mask that have the names, the victims on it. She's not playing nice with the press anymore. They mad at her because they thought she was gonna be they little coon. I don't know how else to say it. They thought she was gonna be they little Trojan horse. Hi, Tim. Hi, Phoenix. Imagine trying to cheat and still lose. And instead, Naomi took the other side, just like when they did that Jim Crow fucking drawing of Serena Williams, and they also depicted Naomi Osaka in that drawing as a blonde white woman. Like they thought Naomi was gonna be something that she's not. Hi, Ori. Didn't Maria dope and still lose to Serena while the latter was pregnant with Olympia? Do I have my details right? The press asked the same questions anyway, so what's the point? Kyrie Irving said, I'm going to get up here and talk about the issues, F all these BS questions. And when Kyrie got fined, he said, that's fine. I hope the money they're finding me goes to a good cause about marginalized groups. Like, they're also saying they don't give a fuck about these fines. Y'all know Naomi Osaka made $55 million last year in endorsements. She said, here, take this little $15K. I don't give a fuck. Here. And she said the same thing too. Oh, I hope this high absurd. I hope this money goes to a good cause for mental health awareness. Take it. I don't give a fuck. Go ahead. Hi, the boy in blue. Nah, they don't. They want the black athletes to slip up. That's why they don't give them media training. They don't help them and want to stick cameras in their face. I watched the Netflix series F1, and the way they treat Lewis Hamilton is sad. They hate that he's the best. They hate that he's the best. They hate that he's the best. They better stop hating on new boy. They always throw black athletes under the bus. They want them to fail for storylines. Hi, Monica. Hi, Khadijah. I thought it was hilarious that Maria Sharapova was constantly inferring that Serena was taking PEDs, and yet she was exposed for being doper #1. That's the only thing Maria is #1 in. I literally be like, Maria Dopova. The infamous what meme by Russell Westbrook is another testament to this toxic environment. Bro, like, watching The Last Dance, if you guys haven't watched The Last Dance, I highly recommend it. I really don't know how Michael Jordan didn't, like, snap and lose his mind for real. It's literally #1 is literally hundreds of reporters that are majority white men, they're literally chasing him. When I say they're literally chasing him, I really mean like they are running full speed. They're chasing him. He still got his clothes on. Like, he still got his gear, his Bulls gear and everything. Like, he just came off the court. Like, he's still covered in sweat. Like, he can't even sit down. He can't even get a sip of water. My man can't even get a sip of Gatorade. He can't even catch his breath. It's hundreds of white men chasing him with microphones and cameras, okay? And then he's giving the fucking interview. It's the cameras and the microphones are this close to my man's face. Okay, the security has to come over repeatedly and be like, back up, guys, because they got the shit in his face. Michael, what do you think? What do you think? Oh, Michael, your father just died. Do you think it has anything to do with your gambling? Do you think it's your fault? How are you able to handle that? And then they got the mic on, no, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's obviously, I'm not going to say it's obviously no rules, because I'm sure they'll say there's some type of guidelines in place, but it's too much. It's too much. And it's racist as fuck. And it's too much. I watched The Last Dance during lockdown last year, and I was like, if I was Michael Jordan, I probably would have snapped and killed someone or killed myself. It's too much for their mental. And they're already, like, playing the game at an elite level. It's too much. It's too much. NBA players die young from heart problems, from stress all the time. All of this is because of anti-blackness. Y'all know what the problem is. Y'all know what the motherfucking problem is in every element of everything. The fucking problem is anti-blackness. The race norming in the NFL is disgusting. Let's not get started on college sports. It's literally slavery. Yeah, y'all heard me talk about the college sports too. I've done a couple videos on college sports too. The fact that college players don't get paid makes no sense to me. I've heard all the reasons and we've had all the discussions. I feel how I feel about it. It's slavery. Lisa, the answer is what class? Anti-blackness. Yup. The race norming makes it so that the NFL players can't even get paid when they have concussions and CTE, brain damage. The NFL is racist as fuck. And the NFL race norming, they can't even take care of their black athletes in retirement. I remember taking tennis lessons. I had to deal with some microaggressions. Glad I never liked sports anyway. This happens in every sport. On top of it, the fans be wilding for real, acting like they own these players. Hella dislike the way that sports are set up. Right. Meanwhile, Tim Tebow has gotten all the freaking opportunities I've ever seen, and he's not even good. People like him because he kneels. They hate Colin. But they hate Colin. Because the problem is what? Y'all know what the motherfucking problem is. It's motherfucking anti-blackness. The Mara family owning a team. Yup, slavery. Oh, they own two teams. The boy in blue. Rooney and Kate Mara's family, they own the New York Giants. And they own the Pittsburgh Steelers. And they also own the Yonkers Raceway in New York, too. They kept it all in the family. They have family in all the high positions. Which is also why another way that you end up with, like, the same white fucking men in all these high-ranking positions. Because they're the owners, and they put their own family members in the positions. They really lost their damn minds when Kyrie stepped on the Celtics logo. Like, what on earth? Yeah, like... Boston is notoriously racist, which we all know. They just had a baseball situation where somebody, a Red Sox fan, threw some shit at a black player, a bag of peanuts or something like that, and the player flipped out. The player flipped out. The player said that the fan should be fined $10,000, and everybody tried to jump on the player. I can't think of his name. Might have been Adam Jones, maybe? Something Jones. So I know he's a nigga. Something Jones. And people flipped out. Oh, these athletes with, and I normally am on the side of the people talk about money. These athletes with all their money, he's talking about the fan should be fined $10,000. These athletes are living outside of reality. That's not fair. You have a white racist fan that threw something at him, and I think he said they called him the N-word too. But y'all talk about he's the problem because he's upset. Because the fucking problem is anti-blackness, okay? Like, we have a problem with black people in this fucking, in this fucking world. But especially in this, let me not even say especially. The problem is anti-blackness. Like, we have a problem with black people in this world. And we especially have a problem with black Americans in this country. Hi, Bree. Yeah, something Jones. Right, Razor Creme Girl. Something Jones. And they try to say that he was wrong for saying, because he was like, oh, all they did was eject him, which is a slap on the wrist. He was like, they really don't, he was like, they don't do enough to deal with these racist ass fans. It's a problem. You go to certain cities, everybody knows the fans are racist. The city has a reputation for being racist. Boston is one of these places. I see you guys talking about somebody that got spit on, and all they do is eject the fan. Some fans get banned for life, but there's really no way to enforce it. They just buy, third-party tickets or tickets on the black market, and they come right back. The guy that spit on Trae Young should be arrested and charged. We're in the middle of a whole situation. This shit's racist as fuck. Tossing bananas on the field. Oh, they did that to Mario Balotelli or something like that. Footballer, black Italian. Like, they throwing bananas. They're throwing bananas on the field while he's playing. Calling him a fucking monkey. And then all they do is they give a little apology, and that's it. No. But then when the fucking athletes say they need to do something else to these fans, it's always the athlete's fault. It's always the black athlete's fault. Oh, the black athletes, they're whiny, they're crybabies, they're out of touch. They want regular people to get fined. That's not fair. No, this shit is racist. And these people are making y'all billions of dollars because organized sports is a billion-dollar industry. It's slavery. It's slavery, and no one can change my mind. White people are too comfortable seeing us perform. Hi, world lover. The fact that the reporters, managers, and owners are all white definitely means that there's no goddamn objectivity. All this shit is fake. Sports culture is really on par with stan culture. Soccer fans are evil as fuck. Yup, Mizzou. Yup, I did a video on Mizzou, which was on... So, I'm pretty sure I talked about my feelings about college sports in that video. So, anyone that missed my... This is an old one, so probably a lot of y'all have missed it. That never saw my video on the Mizzou situation, which was college football. M-I-Z-Z-O-U. You can go look it up. If you type that, M-I-Z-Z-O-U, into my channel, I'm sure it will pop up. Because I gave all my feelings then. That's just from like 2014 or 15. This shit is slavery. Whites are super comfortable being racist in sports. Unrelated to the topic, but no, this is related to the topic. No, this is related to the topic, Ori. Apparently Simone Biles was penalized in competition for a move only she can do. Apparently superiority is only superiority when it's white. When it's black, it's unfair. Ori, we were just talking about the figure skater, Saria Bonali, that the same exact thing happened to her. Black woman. She was the only one that could complete the fucking move. So they outlawed the move. They said the move was too dangerous. They banned it and they penalized her. Because this shit is racist. And they gotta stop telling, and they can't keep telling these black athletes to shut the fuck up. Because now you really do have this new generation of black athletes coming up that's like, I don't give a fuck. I could go on fucking Twitter or Instagram and make my fucking voice known. You got all these athletes with YouTube channels. You got the wrestling girl, Bianca Blair, on YouTube. They don't need you anymore, racist ass motherfucking press, and they should fucking make their voices known. Because all this after George Floyd, we're gonna make a change, bitch ass sports and fucking journalism and media and shit, that's y'all motherfuckers too, racist ass white supremacist. Super chat, thank you, Marie Tyson, I see you. You said the media loves to vilify Tiger Woods also. I was just saying, Venus Williams is one of the best tennis players ever, and she was also completely tossed when it was found out she had a chronic illness. Did you guys know that tennis had they penalized women's tennis? They penalized women players that got pregnant into, like, I want to say the late 90s, early 2000s. If you got pregnant, you could get penalized, have to pay a fine. Yep. If major athletes refuse to play for a week, watch how things would change. But a capitalist society brainwashes them into thinking money is more important than standing up for what's right. This is also why the Mizzou situation was very serious. Because the college football players at Mizzou said they weren't going to play until some racist shit got dealt with. They didn't play for like 2 or 3 games. The college missed out on that college football revenue. Oh, that shit got handled. The anti-blackness and misogynoir got worse with Serena. They treated Serena like she was a superhuman monster whom poor Dopova didn't have a chance. Yes, it got even worse. Hi, Francesca. Mainstream media objectivity equals I'm white and I say so, so I'm right. Exactly. The objectivity lies in false equivalency rhetoric. Simone Biles being punished for being too dangerous. Yeah. We saw the campaign against Marion Jones. They took every single medal from her. Armstrong, we didn't see the same for him. Cyclist, world lover, I'm getting triggered. This whole thing is traumatizing. There's no way to justify it. It's disgusting. And you guys are talking about Naomi Osaka in 2018. They wanted Naomi and Serena to be bitter rivals. Naomi said 2018 is when it started, when she beat Serena and was booed. It's heavy. Crazy that even after all that, the press has the nerve to complain. The 2018 debacle was a circus. Naomi has to have PTSD for real. Folks love a good cat fight. They also love negative spin and blowing shit out of proportion. Hi, Popcorn. I see you. I recently watched that full AI practice presser, and that presser was so much deeper than that moment, but they reduced it to practice because they were racist against fucking AI. They were racist against Bubba Chuck from the very beginning. I also watched a documentary about him, and like that whole bowling alley incident before he even like went to the league was like very telling. Like they were racist against AI from the literally day one, like from the jump before he even went pro. They do nothing to support the black athletes that are the bread and butter of this billion-dollar, you know, ecosystem that everybody's fucking eating off of. It's slavery. I don't know what else to call it. Hi, Brooke. And what was so crazy about all of that was they were booing Naomi for beating Serena when in reality they didn't even like Serena either. A damn circus. And when you Naomi gets Serena and Venus never got the grace that they tried to give Naomi at first. Folks want to justify it because the black athletes can make them millions. The 2018 debacle was so crazy. Serena was being torn to shreds and it was so hard to see. Journalists are creatures of the night. That Ryan Lochte situation, everyone was calling him a child. Meanwhile, he was like 33. They really resent that they can't own us anymore and they're using sports. Right, 32-year-old white toddler. Exactly, Chanel, grown and acting a fool. I want to say they booed the officials for the mess they caused between Serena and Naomi. No one really knows that, though, and it seemed like Osaka was booed for beating Serena. It totally tainted Osaka. I'm sure she got nervous from that day. That's why I'm glad Kwame Brown is getting at them. Yeah, Chris, I think you asked me if I've been following the Kwame Brown thing. Yeah, I've been watching it. Hi, Nikki. I've been watching it. Thank you. I see you. Manpower. The Instagram gossip pages are trash. All this gossip shit is trash. Kwame Brown has his foot on everyone's neck. I love it. Michael Phelps was given a pat on the back for getting caught smoking weed, but AI can't come to a game in sweatpants showing his tattoos. And there was an NFL player that got put out of the NFL for he kept failing his drug tests because he kept smoking weed. And he was like, well, I smoke weed because I have chronic pain. Because I'm in the NFL, I take hits all the time. Like, I have chronic pain and I have chronic anxiety from dealing with the press. So I smoke weed. And y'all try to say I can't even smoke weed, even though weed is being legalized, and you have white men that's becoming fucking millionaires off weed. But y'all gonna put me out of the league for the shit? And so what did he do? He actually, I can't think of his name right now, but he started his own marijuana brands. And he's like gone on this whole fucking mission, like this whole campaign, talking about racism in sports and racism in fucking cannabis. I can't think of his name. Hopefully one of y'all post his name in the comments. But, like, it's a clear double standard. It's racist as fuck. Just like Elon Musk, who's literally an evil fucking billionaire, evil genius. He gets to smoke weed, and it's so funny. Ha, ha, ha. Let's have him host fucking SNL. No! How about we release all the Negroes from prison for drug-related offenses? If you haven't seen my video on drug addiction rant, it's about 45 minutes of me yelling about that shit. And then they went on a whole mission to rebrand Ryan Lochte, putting him on Dancing with the Stars, and protesters showed up to that and called his ass out. Again, and then the media tries to pretend that they're so, oh, we're objective. No, the fuck you're not. Oh, Queen said, like the video, folks. And I have nothing against smoking weed, by the way. I've noticed people poke at Black Americans a lot, and I have personal experience with this, too. Simone Biles is too good, so let's stop her progress. This is all just pointing out the difference in treatment. The anti-black comic about Serena was really the cherry on top, especially because Naomi Osaka was drawn as a white girl. Nobody questioned it. Slavery and racism is foundational in this country. Everything is touched by it. Maria was also paid more than Serena, too, despite being a loser. Yep, before Naomi Osaka, Maria Dopova was the highest paid woman. Even though the bitch never beat Serena Williams. Like, Kwame is out here killing their game. Maria has sponsors out the ass for being less than the best just because she was white. This shit is openly racist. Why are Black Americans under attack from everybody, including Africans and Caribbeans? There's a whole playlist on that. It's called the BA Gang playlist. Go ahead and check it out. There's also a whole web series on that called The Black Americans. Anybody that is not familiar with my content that only tunes in for live streams, that's okay. But, like, please go watch my playlist. There's a lot of stuff that I have talked about extensively for several years. So, I also made the video We're Different, which kicked off a lot of this online conversation about why Black Americans are different from other types of Black people throughout the diaspora. So, like, please go watch it. It's from like 2017-18. It's scientific racism, race norming, legal scientific discrimination to avoid the obvious mistreatment of Black people. Anti-Blackness is a hell of a drug. The NFL has always had some eugenics BS going on. They definitely thought that Naomi was going to be docile, and she didn't do it. Much respect to her. They thought she was going to be their token, and she said, hell no. She literally shook the tennis table. They did not expect that. Naomi Osaka is also their star right now, so they are mad that she can't be controlled and exploited. Hi, Sims. And Naomi was like, it's cute that you thought. Didn't she really say that? She said something like that. Like, oh, it's cute. Like, I think she used the word cute. I know these old white French dudes are foaming at the mouth. I know they are. Like, who the fuck does this little nigger baby think she is? Are we going to show her? She said, fuck you and your $15,000 fine. I made $55 million last year in endorsements. I never have to play again. Ha ha ha. I love it. Race norming in the NFL. Yeah, race norming in the NFL was basically a practice that said that the Black players, they start out with lower cognitive function than the white players. So they have to apply race norming to make sure that the CTE payout process is fair. But basically a lot of Black players sued the NFL because they said, we're not eligible to get our payouts because they're trying to say that we can't prove that we have lower cognitive function because we have this thing called race norming that says that we already have lower cognitive function than the white players just because we're Black. Because this used to be like, I mean, it still is, but it used to be like the very openly acceptable idea to be like that the Black players are not as smart as the white players. And this was like across the board in sports, in the NBA, in the NFL, this idea of like, you know, like, well, you can play like oh, the fucking monkeys have like some natural athleticism, but they don't really understand the game. That's why they can't be quarterbacks. That's why we can only play one nigger at a time when we're playing basketball. You know, this used to be like the old way that they did basketball. If you watch the movie Glory Road, they actually talk about it quite a bit. Of like that the niggers are just not smart enough. Race norming. So they say to prove that you have your CTE, you have to like prove lower cognitive function. But if they're already saying that the niggers are down here, the niggers are not getting their money because they're like, well, you was already dumb as a bag of rocks, so you can't prove that the hits made you dumber. Unlike the white boys that they try to say that all of them are fucking geniuses, so we got to give them all the money. Racist! It's racist! Let them keep playing around with the stars. They'll have no leagues. Yes, Savannah, new boy. Savannah, you caught that. I knew some people would catch that little Lewis Hamilton. Yes, new boy, Kayla. I appreciate Naomi Osaka's integrity a lot. There was also the tennis player who openly mocked Serena's body by stuffing her bra and shorts. She didn't even get in trouble for that. Jordan, too, was their golden boy, and they still ripped him to shreds about his gambling and family stuff. For years, the NFL claimed black athletes were already cognitively slow, and that made them dismiss their lawsuits for brain injuries and concussion claims. Hi, Deadly Gamer. How do journalists live with themselves treating people like that? Man, watch the movie Nightcrawler. They feel like that's them doing their job. They feel good about it. They don't feel bad about it at all. They feel like, yes, I got somebody to cry. Ooh, this video is going to get so many hits tomorrow. How do people live with themselves posting fucking videos? They were posting videos and pictures of the smoking helicopter after fucking Kobe's helicopter crash. How do they live with themselves with the shit that they post on fucking Shade Room and all this shit? They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. That's why I don't look at none of that shit. I don't follow none of them pages. I don't watch none of that shit. That shit is all trash. And the majority of it is racist trash. And I don't give a fuck about the owner of Shade Room. People always have to be like, well, she's a black woman. She's a Nigerian. And she's an anti-black American too. And she don't have no morals and nothing, okay? These people don't care. They sleep at night just fine. They be like, can't wait to wake up tomorrow and see how many hits I got for posting a dead body. These YouTubers too that post dead bodies and shit. I don't know, the empathy switch is turned off or it's not there. I don't know. This is the times that we're living in. I mean, but it's been the times that we're living in, especially, like, again, with the sports, it's not new. This shit has been slavery since day one, for real. Another example of race norm, another definition of race norming from 88 Jordan. Race norming is when standardized cognitive tests take into account in-group differences between races, like saying blacks are dumber than whites naturally. So we gotta, like, take that into consideration. Yeah, I saw that documentary. The way they treated Jordan was disgusting. Now that Jordan is retired, he's starting to wake up after all these years. This feels lawless. The guidelines must be loose as hell. They asked Kobe when he tore his Achilles, like, right after, if he thought his career was over. And Kobe was like, really? Exactly, Raji. Like, they're on the ground in pain. Oh, my God, my leg. Here come the reporter. How bad does it hurt? Do you think your career is over? Vultures. If they could fucking take a knife and fucking stab you, they probably would. Shank you. That was part of the point of Nightcrawler too. That Jake Gyllenhaal, they start getting to the point of, not that I don't want to say that they're like setting up accidents and stuff like that, but they're almost there. Like, they're right on that line of, like, manufacturing drama. Clarissa, the way I yelled anti-blackness. College players are under the same strain and play at virtually the same level as the professional NFL players, and it's not like college football isn't making any money. College football is a billion-dollar industry also. Billion-dollar industry. Everybody's making money except the talent, the players. Everybody's making money. The sports commentators are making money. The coaches are making money. The schools are making money. I was just listening to the radio this morning. They're making this big old thing about Coach K retiring from Duke. It's a big old thing. They're talking about it on the radio. It's not just like, oh, just some little college. It's a big thing. But they don't pay the players. How is it not slavery? And then they try to come up with all these reasons. I don't agree with it. I just don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. I used to feel like college players shouldn't get paid. However, when I learned that they put them under the same pressure as pro athletes, I changed stance. They deserve pay. And if you guys ever watch, so I used to watch the 30 for 30s a lot. I used to be like obsessed with them. I don't think they still come on, but when I watch like the Michigan 30 for 30, and you see how like the Fab Five were literally broke. They're literally broke. They have no money. They have no money. But everybody's making money off of them. The sneakers that they're wearing, the way they wear their socks, the way they wear their uniforms. They're not even allowed to make money off their own jerseys with their own name, their likeness, their play style. They're not allowed to make money off of it. But they wear the shit, and then motherfuckers run out to the stores and they buy the shit. Everybody's able to make money off of them except them. How is this not slavery? And then when they got caught taking money for shit, they try to write them out of Michigan's history. Like as if they did something so terrible. They're poor! They're poor! They're poor! Anyways. It's all about ratings and the mighty old dollar. NCAA athletes aren't even allowed to have jobs or pick their major. Right. They were like, well, we're poor. We're not allowed to work. We're not allowed to have jobs. So they say we always have to be ready for practice. They say that the sport is their job. This is how I really feel. I feel like college athletes should be considered employees of the school. Like, and I say this as somebody that did work-study programs. I worked as a campus event planner. I worked in admissions at school, and I got paid money. So in addition to getting paid money, I also got free housing, and I also got like free meals, but I did also get paid money. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that sound? I also got paid cash, dollars, okay? I really feel like these college student athletes, especially for these like huge upper level division schools, they should be considered employees of the school. At the very least, it should be considered some type of student employee, something. Give them something. They're poor. And they can't even get jobs. Y'all don't even let them get jobs. And you don't pay them anything. It makes no sense. But yet you have donors and you have these boosters that are able to give millions of dollars to the school to recruit players. Just like this Nicole Hannah-Jones thing. Like, I brought the Nicole Hannah-Jones thing up, even though it's, like, not really related. But just like this Nicole Hannah-Jones thing. She's supposed to be up for this tenured job. This old white dude, he's like 157 years old, Hussman. He gave hundreds of millions of dollars to the school to the point where the journalism school is named after him. He stepped in and said he didn't want her to get hired because he don't think she could be objective because she writes about slavery. And so now they try to offer her a position without tenure. She said, nah, I'm supposed to be getting a tenured position. And if y'all not going to go through with my position, I'm going to have to pursue litigation, especially if the reason is because this white donor said no. How do these donors have all this fucking power? Let's talk about that. She's trying to get hired at UNC, University of North Carolina. How these donors have all this power at these colleges and these universities, but y'all can't pay the Negroes. Y'all can't hire the Negroes. Y'all can't give the Negroes the tenured positions. What's the problem, y'all? The motherfucking problem is anti-blackness. Let's just say what it is. Hi, Bambusa. Nah, we here. It's only been an hour. And I didn't start late. It makes no sense. The boy in blue. It's the anti-blackness for me. It's the motherfucking anti-blackness for me. Boston racist as hell. Trae Young shouldn't have dropped the charges for whoever spit at him. Assault. He should have been like assault. But they trying to make it seem like the athletes are doing too much. Just like I said, the MLB player Jones, Adam Jones, I'm pretty sure his name was Adam Jones, who somebody threw some shit at him, and he was like, they should be charged and fined $10,000. And they try to say he's doing too much. They trying to say these athletes are doing too much. Nah, that's assault. They throwing things, they spitting at people, they using racial assault. And I'm gonna sue you, and I'm gonna use all my athlete money to sue the fuck out of you. Yeah, yes, I want $1 million, please. Well, this person works at UPS, and you a major league player. Do you really? $1 million. They called me a nigger and threw some shit at me. And Adam Jones made a great point. He said, you know, people try to act like, oh, it was just a bag of peanuts or whatever the fuck. He was like, what if that shit hit me in the face? What if that shit hit me in my eye and injured me, and now I can't play anymore? I'm just supposed to, he said, like, I'm just supposed to eat that. Nah, fine they asses. No, litigation. The way they get so scared when black people retaliate. Black soccer players in Europe have it so bad, and they don't regulate the fans or the racism at all. Spitting on a black person as a non-black person needs to be considered a hate crime. These fans feel entitled to do or say whatever they want just because they bought a ticket. I don't know why Trae Young dropped the charges. He probably really didn't want the smoke. Yeah, they're trying to make it seem like the athletes are wrong. They're trying to make it into this big thing. Why? Because the mainstream fucking sports media is also racist as fuck. Over 80% of the sports media is white males, even though the majority of the players are black. So they put the spin on it because the shit is racist as fuck. They're trying to do the same thing to Naomi Osaka. Black American athletes are supreme and they are mad. But they weren't worried about that when they were breeding us on those breeding farms. Which y'all have also heard me say. Black Americans that are here right now are a miracle. Which I have a video on. Black Americans that... People don't like to hear this. But Black Americans that are here right now are really the cream of the motherfucking crop, for real. Hi, One Abstraction. Because, like, we are part of bloodlines that, like, literally made it through American chattel slavery. Y'all know the saying of, like, work to the bone? That came out of American chattel slavery. Because, like, people were literally worked to the bone. Like, literally until their bones, like, popped out and they dropped dead. Okay? So, you had whole bloodlines... generational, like generations, like heritage, like bloodlines that are not here anymore, that do not exist anymore, okay? Because like their bodies just couldn't take it. So, and please don't think that this is like anything disrespectful, trying to say they're weak or anything. Absolutely not. Hi, Eliza. Black athletes are super talented. Spitting is considered assault. But it's just like those of us that our bloodlines like made it through slavery, like we just... I don't know what to tell you. Like, motherfuckers is strong. Motherfuckers is fast. Motherfuckers is like LeBron, like naturally. Like, I was just talking to somebody and they said that like every year the incoming like NFL class, like, and it's the NFL is like 80% black. The incoming NFL class every year they say that it's bigger and stronger and bigger and stronger. Now, I do know that there's also lots of talk about like the stuff that's in the food right now and the GMO food and how that's making a lot of especially Black Americans, because like we live in food deserts, and because of food apartheid, we eat a lot of processed foods and a lot of shit that has chemicals and GMOs that are causing younger people to get like more and more developed really fast. But aside from that, we just got it. We just got it. Sorry, like we just got it. Like we just got it. Like we got stronger while they got weaker. Sorry. I'm sorry. That's sort of the offset when you spend hundreds of years having niggers do everything for you and you don't do anything. I'm sorry to say it. I know people don't like to hear that. But, you know, for 400 years, you had the niggers do everything for you. Like, you got weaker and we got stronger. That's why you guys have to come up with all these fucking rules and all this unfair shit and all this racism shit so that you can try and fucking dominate and be above us, because, like, you're just not. Like, you're just not. That's it. Oh, I see. Great book, $40 Million Slaves, The Rise, Fall, and Redemption of the Black Athlete by William C. Roden. Screenshot. Thank you for that recommendation. I just would like all the black athletes in the USA to band together and start their own athletic association. Totally agree. And I also said the same thing in my Mizzou video as well. I would love for the black athletes that are the talent to pull the fuck out of these leagues, which is why I really enjoy that Naomi Osaka pulled out of her event. Like, fine, that's how you feel? Bye. Everybody's watching your event because they want to see me, bitch. Don't get it twisted. They don't want to see whoever the fuck, white girl. They want to see me. Even though I know some of you guys have brought up the other girl coming up, 17-year-old girl. Coco or something like that. But Naomi Osaka, Kyle Turley, thank you. Kyle Turley. Kyle Turley is the NFL player who owns the cannabis business. Thank you. Naomi's like, people watching for me, so fuck y'all. I don't have to play again. Naomi Osaka made $55 million last year. She never has to play again. I would love for all these black athletes to take the money and run, to pull out their fucking talent and make their own fucking league, which again, I did say in my Mizzou video. So if you haven't seen it, it's from a long time ago. My feelings have not changed. Please go watch it. Johnny Manziel, that dude gets a pass for everything he does. He's been a problem from day one, but he continues to get chances. Literally, like, how come Serena has won 20-plus Grand Slams, but Dobova was still the highest-paid female tennis player? It made no sense. Coco Gaff, thank you. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. It's Gauff. They're already doing this nonsense to Coco. Just wait until she wins her first Grand Slam. It's going to get worse. And she's 17 years old. So this is what I mean when I say you have these teenagers that play these professional sports and they have these press requirements. They are kids. But you don't even give them no media training. You just literally throw them to the wolves. They love to see it. They love to see it because they're fucking racist. And the majority of the athletes are black. And all this shit is racist and white supremacist. They love to see it. They love ripping them to shreds. And then they try to threaten her by kicking her out. She said, I quit. Jeff, I saw you last time, Jeff Short. Please email me. Email me. I know I'm a little bit behind. I hope you're still here. Or I hope you rewatch it. Email me. Yeah. Naomi Osaka said, you know what? I will sit this one out and take a break. Good luck with the ratings, bitch. Right. They legit create theory to make themselves feel superior. It's a sickness. Hi, Ali Oxenfree. French with sports and black people have always had beef. Never forget Surya Bonali. They made the backflip illegal in figure skating because of her. Yeah, we were just talking about that. Same thing as what they're doing right now to Simone Biles. Like, the crackers can't do it. The niggers are too good. So we have to put rules in place to make what they're doing illegal. Right after we just passed the 100-year anniversary of Black Wall Street, the Tulsa Massacre, which was damn near the same thing. They said, you niggers can't use our banks. You can't use our hospitals. You can't use none of our shit. The niggas said, okay, we'll make our own shit. And thrived. Thriving. More money. More opportunities. More jobs. More everything. So the crackers had to come and destroy it. Okay? Like, these are the cycles that are being repeated in every element, every aspect of our lives. The sports, the entertainment, the school, the politics, everything. So I'm telling y'all, these are cycles that repeat. That you have to pay attention so you can see the pattern and know. This shit ain't new. This is why I didn't take all the performative Black Lives Matter shit from the NFL seriously. They had to get sued to discontinue this race norming bullshit. Race norming was legal for job performance test 2 until the 1991 Civil Rights Act. You see, and this is shit that's going 90s. Because people love to act like this shit was like a million years ago. Idiots. They're proud. The journalists are proud of it. Yeah. Right. Bye, Ali Oxenfree. Yes, TMZ, Shade Room, all this shit, it's all garbage. It's not new, and I'm glad the kids are pushing back against the BS. Why aren't there any ethical laws for things that can get posted? Certain things shouldn't be allowed to be posted. I think it's because, like, for a long time up till now, there's always been this idea of, like, that journalists are good people that can, you know, like, they can make decisions, or that they can, you know, like, they're gonna, like, make an informed and empathetic choice. But that's not how it works. That's not how it works in real life. But again, like, we see them have that kind of empathy and take that kind of thing into consideration only for white people, right? You guys have heard me talk about this before. Like, when that white reporter got killed on live TV, the dude shot her and shot the cameraman too. They didn't show that shit on TV. They were like, we can't show it on TV, like, it's too graphic. But they'll show fucking Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old child, getting shot on a loop. They'll show Walter Scott getting shot in the back on a loop. They'll show that shit on a loop. Because the fucking problem is anti-blackness. Like, so again, we have people that are given all this space and all this leeway to, like, quote unquote, like, do the right thing. But this shit is racist, which is why I keep saying there's no such thing as objectivity. It's not a thing. Shade Room never shows foreign blacks in a negative light. When they get posted, it's always good. There's something promoting a product. Meanwhile, the owner definitely hates Black Americans. Will you survive? Does it hurt when I stab you? Hi, Krayshawn. Hi, Smiley. Yes, tell us about the pain. Manufacturing the incidents. This reminds me of when Kanye called the paparazzi blood-sucking mosquitoes. That's how I think of journalists. College players are making billions of dollars and they're literally getting no money. College coaches are the highest paid public employees too. My older brother was a section leader in the Georgia Southern College band and he got paid. Literally everyone gets paid but the players. Slavery, dog. That's why they call them owners. Remember the white man tennis player that hit the officials in the neck with a tennis ball? We don't hear shit about that, but they could talk about Serena. Not to mention college basketball player video games. They take their likeness to make a profit and they don't see a dime. Scholarships ain't shit either. That's not payment. College coaches in the schools make a killing off these athletes. Yeah. Mizzou. Mizzou. My sister loves that Nightcrawler movie. Yeah, I see it. I see the book. University of Michigan. Oh, what Michigan school? University of Michigan. Yeah. University of Michigan, UM. Seren's Neighbors is anti-blackness. A judge sided with the league making money on a video game from a former athlete. They said the character looked like him, but it was not the athlete, so he didn't have to get paid. Even though they were using college players' likenesses in video games like Madden, some of them have finally been compensated. Like, pay them what they're worth. LOL, I forgot you were the responsible admissions girl. Yes, I was. I worked in admissions. This is what I'm saying. Students working for the school is not like novel concept. So why can't the players be considered employees of the school? Like, I don't understand it. It makes literally no sense. Especially since they bring their campuses all kinds of money and media attention. They're getting paid in exposure. Former NFL player Arian Foster wanted to be a physics major, but the coaches said he wouldn't have time for it. And some of these college players, if you guys look this up, some of these college players have also started bringing lawsuits against the school for that type of thing. Because a lot of college players feel like they're not actually getting a good education. They're not able to get the majors that they want. They're not able to take as many classes as they want and stuff like that because, like, they basically try to say that their job, some athletes have even talked about, being set up with, like, dummy classes, like classes that are not real. They just get a pass, like, it's basically like a pass-fail class, and you just get, like, a P. And then, like, during the class, they're actually supposed to be, like, practicing and shit like that. Like, as if, so it's almost like if the sport is the job. Like, they don't actually have to fucking go to school or even get an education. And then you have some players that are like, well, what if we don't actually get into a league? Like, we still need an education. Like, what? Come on. Coach K has made millions to set his family up for generations while the players don't get paid. It's slavery. I heard once a college athlete had a big YouTube channel making money and the school told him to take it down. They said it was inappropriate. Like, what? Lisa Leslie said while in college, she could barely afford half a sandwich, but was making endless money for the school. One abstraction, the pay is being part of a team and a brotherhood that is unbreakable. I love that you put that in quotes. It makes no sense. It's anti-blackness. They refuse to give Cornell West tenure also. They need to just own the shit. College coaches are also racist as fuck for not speaking up for the players not getting paid. I'm tired. Yes, anti-black American sentiment. Just like the gladiators, this is indentured servitude. They just made it look nicer. They work these college athletes like mules. Hi, Nelly says so. And then it continues once they get into the professional leagues. But then people are like, well, the professional athletes are making millions, so it's fine. But the college athletes aren't even making any money. And I don't think it's fine for the professional athletes either, because like I said, all this shit is racist from top to bottom. But like for the college athletes, it's just really egregious. It's terrible. Either college athletes should be paid or the one and done rule shouldn't exist anymore, in my opinion. We're supposed to look the other way when we see black people being mistreated or assaulted. College athletes really deserve compensation at this point blank. If you get fined 10K for spitting, I bet you'll think twice about spitting. Exactly. They just want the black athletes to take all this with a smile. The fan who spit on Trae Young is also lucky that Glop's spit didn't land on 50 or his girl who was sitting right there. White people literally fear black retaliation. That's why they instituted Jim Crow laws to stop us from getting revenge. I think that is the name of the video, Black People Are Magic or something like that. The video that I made about how we are fucking miracles that's not even supposed to be here. And they're continuing to fucking get us out of the pain. So if you haven't seen that one, I'm pretty sure it's called Black People Are Magic or something like that. Right, absurd. How you gonna hit me and I get the smoke? Hi, Van Shoes. We made it through the harshest conditions and circumstances and still do. We are a miracle. If you are a black American and alive, that means you survived. You're the cream of the crop. Meta World Peace, Ron Artest is another person that went into the stands to fight racist fans that were heckling him and got in trouble. Nobody protects the black athletes. Nobody. I was in history class and I'm just like, it's amazing what I went through to get this. Just wow, I couldn't imagine. Black Americans are just built different. Yep. We made the pot that America loves to melt in. Chosen one, sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I'm being reminded of that Spike Lee movie, He Got Game, and how Ray Allen's character was this big-time high school basketball player, and all these colleges were doing everything they could to get him. Yeah, like they were breeding us, basically, Vanity. Right, you wonder why your arms are weak because you don't use it. Like, you wonder why the Negroes could jump and your ass can't jump. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you did it to yourself. I don't know. I said what I said. We're built different. It's not about hate. It's just facts. Right. Those of us that are here right now survived the Middle Passage. A lot of people died. A lot of people died. A lot of people died. Naomi flexed for real, #2, and walked out. Phew. During American chattel slavery, they bred the strong women with the strong... They bred the strong men with the strong women to make better, stronger workers, and it definitely backfired. Hi, Myra. The cream of the crop needs to go to HBCUs, which I think some of these up-and-coming Gen Z players have said, too, that they want to commit more to HBCUs instead of going to these schools like fucking Duke and, you know, going to these fucking schools that for a long time were also racist as fuck. Like, yes, go exclusively to HBCUs. Like, white supremacy is not real because it has to be so violently enforced. If they were literally superior, they wouldn't have to try as hard as they do to strong-arm everything. Exactly, Razy Credum girl. Naomi, ain't nobody come here to see you, Otis. Naomi was like, oh, you want to fine me 15K? How about this whole tourney gets fined with my absence? Oh, it's like golf? Goff? Oh, Coco Goff. Okay, Goff. Thank you. Goff. Hi, all about me. I really hate how a lot of people don't respect the work it takes to be an athlete, and a black athlete at that. To make it that far, literally put in your body through racism within the industry and so much. Remember the famous Venus Williams interview when her dad had to step in? Yes, I got it, Myra. I got your message. I just haven't got back to you yet. But I did get it. I just haven't had a chance. I'm going to hit you back. Woo! I really wish they would have followed through on Kyrie's stance on black athletes sitting out the NBA season after the George Floyd murder. I do too. And it really made me really furious when it came out that, like, Barack Obama, of course it was fucking Barack Obama. Like, oh, the Barack Obama stepped in and was like, no, you guys shouldn't do this. It's not really going to help anything. I don't think that's true. Like, we literally saw how it could work with the whole Mizzou situation. Like, we literally saw how it worked on a collegiate level. Like, some racist shit happened at fucking Mizzou, and the fucking college, the football players, said they wasn't going to play anymore until that shit got handled. They wanted, like, the dean or somebody to fucking get fired. They were like, that shit was racist, and we're not going to play no more. And they didn't play for, like, 3 or 4 games, maybe 5 games tops. And the school lost literally hundreds of millions of dollars of revenue. And what happened? He got fired. He got fucking fired. His ass had to step down. They was like, we don't give a fuck. We're already not getting paid. We're college athletes. Like, what are we losing? What are we losing here? Like, come on now. They used to harass Ocho Cinco for dancing back in the 2000s. They fined him $20K. Now the NFL has celebration cams. Nobody wants to talk about it. All this shit is racist. White media will not post graphic white death, but will put black snuff films. Yup, over and over again on a loop. The problem is anti-blackness. The problem is anti-blackness. They really need to pay Ocho Cinco back those fines. Right, and that's what I'm saying. But then they're going to sit here and act like the athletes are the problem. No, the league is the problem. The media is the problem. This shit's racist from top to bottom. Oh, Queen put, we could thank Obama for telling the NBA players to stop the boycott. Did y'all hear about the black girls who were named valedictorian and salutatorian, and the white parents had a fit because their kids weren't number one? So they added the white kids after the fact when the black kids had the higher GPA. Oh, Joy DeGruy has talked about this numerous times. Like, everything in this world revolves around white people's comfort. Like, I know comfortability is not a real word, but I always think about, like, their comfortability. She said, I will never forget Dr. Joy saying that when she went to Ellis Island, and they're talking about how, like, everybody's, like, ancestors, like, came through the Statue of Liberty and all this stuff, and that she, like, raised her hand and was like, well, what about the slaves? The slaves didn't come through here. And that the fucking tour guide got so offended, and said they don't talk about that because it makes the white kids uncomfortable. But then these are the same people that will be like, well, we have to hear both sides because it has to be objective. It's literally not objective. You literally do things to make white people comfortable and fuck with the fucking black people. It's that's like the fucking definition of subjectivity. Like, this shit is racist. I'm gonna just keep saying the shit. Like, the problem is anti-blackness, and especially black American sentiment. Yeah, collegiate sports fits really well into the concept of work study programs. It makes no sense. Paid in exposure. Why not pay them in jelly beans then? At least they can eat them. Yeah, my geology class was called Rocks for Jocks. Not officially, but that's what everyone called it because it was easy and basically only athletes took it. If you look at some of these retired athletes, they look so broke down and tired. My cousin is in the NFL, and to be honest, I just want him to get the coin and get out ASAP. The salary is the friends you make along the way. Master P started a league. I hope it gets bigger. You said it's when they are owners. It's literally the definition of slavery. By the time they make it to the professional leagues, their bodies be like 60 years old and they've never been paid a dime. Black Americans don't even want revenge. We just want to be left alone, real talk. At the very least, even if they still want to justify not paying college athletes, they should at the very least get free meals, groceries, housing, etc. I think most of them do get free housing and free meals. I think college athletes will start getting paid soon. The concept is building momentum. Yeah, like, just call it work study. It should be work study. They suspended Ron Artest for the rest of the season for that, which was 73 games. He lost millions, all because he reacted to a fan throwing a beer on him. And I feel like this was Adam Jones' point. Adam Jones was basically trying to say, you know, fan, and I'm sure what happened to that fan? That fan probably just got banned for life, right? He threw something on Ron Artest, beer, okay? Ron Artest defended and said some racist shit to him. They do not have the backs of the players, period. This shit's racist. Like, they have the backs of the white racist fans, obviously. Because all they do is they just give them a little slap on the wrist. They kick them out. Maybe they give them a lifetime ban from the stadium. Oh, boo-hoo. But then the athletes, they get banned from games. They get fined millions of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars and shit like that. So the athlete, the dude, Adam Jones, trying to say it's not fair. Like, it's not even comparable. Like, obviously, like, they don't even have the backs of the black players. They have the backs of these white racist fans. France is in your face with the racism. Remember, Serena Williams couldn't even wear her suit to prevent blood clots. Oh, yeah, y'all remember when Serena Williams tried to wear her suit, her tight suit, her cat suit. They tried to say she couldn't wear that. It's inappropriate. It's distracting. But the white girls could walk around in miniskirts with their legs all out. There's no problem with that. But Serena Williams and her big old booty and them titties. Because the problem is what? Anti-blackness. Not all athletes even want to play at the professional level like that, but they still take the scholarships to pay for school, and then they don't even get a real education. They barely have time to focus on their academics. It's so unfair to them. Hello. You didn't do your own work. You made us do it, and it made us stronger. The Middle Passage literally changed shark migration because they were throwing people over. Fucking disgusting. Hi, Sika. Never forget, Toni Morrison asked, what are you without racism? Are you any good, any smart? Do you like yourself? White people have nothing without stepping on others. Hi, Imperfect D. Fucking Barry Obama, asshole. I hate Obama, goofy ass. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're just learning about what happened? Yeah, absurd. Obama was the great pretender. And he's not a black American. Nothing Obama hates more than a black American. I want old Barry to just go somewhere and not talk forever. Yes, the advice he gave was, I hate this dude now. It's not going to affect anything, but they get in your presidential ass to say something about it. Okay. And he's even said, like, Barack Obama has even admitted himself that he's, like, too into the status quo and that he basically wasted his whole presidency because he was, like, scared to do shit. Yet you're still encouraging more people in younger generations to not do anything. Like, shut the fuck up, Barry. Shut up. Thank Deion Sanders for trying to change the dynamic of college athletics and HBCUs also. Remember when Serena Crip walked at the London Olympics? They hated that shit too. Right, you're gonna make Billy cry. That's exactly what Dr. Joy said. That you're gonna make little Billy, I think she said like little Billy and little Susie. She was like, you're gonna make little Billy and little Susie cry, so we can't talk about that. And Dr. Joy was like, that's what our whole foundation of everything is built on, like white comfort and white fragility, which was a term coined by Robin DiAngelo, who wrote a whole book about it. And she's white. Great fucking read, White Fragility, if you haven't read it. Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome by Dr. Joy DeGruy, great read if you haven't fucking read it. The types of reads that will make everything make sense. Like, it'll literally be like a light bulb of like, oh, like this is why everything is the way that it is. The same rationale. Oh yeah, Kate. Providing white comfort is not in my job description. Hi, Stacy. And little Susie's gonna have a mental breakdown, so we can't talk about that. Hi, Alex. Team Cheerocracy. Hi, Sashawn. But like the part that really like bothers is that then they'll sit there and they'll be like, it's objective, it's fair, it's this, it's that. No, the fuck it's not. Come on now. Come on now. The high school I graduated from had separate white and black graduations because the white parents were mad that their kids weren't the top students and didn't want to see the black kids win. Wow. We just, right, exactly. Oh, somebody's about to get blizzlocked or got blocked. In 2015, when Ta-Nehisi Coates asked Obama about reparations, he said it would be unfair to immigrants, which I bet he did because he's not a fucking black American. He's fucking Kenyan. Like, motherfuckers really, like, again, I have a whole video. It's called We're Different. And a whole playlist, BA Gang playlist, like Zora Neale Hurston said in the motherfucking 1800s, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Like, I need to stop thinking just because somebody is black, they're the same as you. It's not true. It's false. I've done a million videos on this, though, so, you know, if you fucking don't have the time to go watch videos, you think that I have to fucking bend over backwards to fucking explain some shit to you that I've done 37,000 videos on. You got another thing coming, entitled motherfucker. Because you're not in the right place. You're obviously in the wrong place. College athletes deserve a monthly stipend at the very least. Yes, we've talked about Surya Bonali already 3 times. I know you just got here, anime fan, but yes, we've talked about her. I also did a Hidden Figures on Surya Bonali, so it's a little bit funny to hear you say, does anyone remember her? I did a Hidden Figures on her. You guys need to watch Hidden Figures. I know only like 3 people watch them. Y'all need to watch them. Marshawn Lynch has always avoided the media. Hi, Kira. If it's not going to be fair, leave us alone and let us build our own infrastructure. Exactly, the Rashad. You already know. You already know what I've said about this. You already know. You already know. Like, just give us our little reparations and leave us the fuck alone. That's it. But they know if we, like, really pull out and eject, all this shit gonna crumble. I love the way that Dr. Joy was digging into that white fragility. She said, what about the chains on the Statue of Liberty? Right. They throwing beer. That could have been acid for all we know. Exactly. The moment that black people, especially black athletes, want to have autonomy over their bodies, it's like the meteor is finally about to hit the earth. Everyone loses their minds. I think that college athletes get free tuition and housing and a stipend, but the stipend is barely enough to live off of, especially considering how much money they make for the school. As much money as college athletes make them, they deserve their fair share. They just want to allocate funds everywhere else, including their board members, presidents, and deans' pockets. Exactly. The booty was too much for them. Serena, it's distracting. You're telling on yourselves. Right. The booty was too much. All y'all doing is watching the booty. Look away from the booty. Let her wear her FloJo catsuit. Like I said, but nobody says anything about the white girls with their legs all out. Them skinny legs not distracting, but Serena's big old butt is. Oh, I'm going to screenshot that, Myra. Another book. Black Fatigue. Interesting. By Mary Frances Winters. Anna Kournikova looking like a porn star was cool with them, but not the catsuit on Serena. The catsuit looked so good, but the French were really triggered by her curves. Oh, yeah, I see somebody got blocked. Yep. Hi, Prince Girl. Hi, Sid. It was Michelle for me. He was just kind of there. Yeah, we fucked with Michelle Robinson from Chicago. No drama, Obama. Hi, by any means necessary. Barry was the Trojan horse. Yeah, he admitted it. He admitted it, Queen. I was just reading about it recently. I'll post it in Discord or send it to you. He did admit it, though. Barack Obama did admit that he basically wasted his presidency because he was scared to deviate so far from the status quo. He said, like, we thought that we wouldn't be able to push things as, basically as progressive as certain things have now gotten, because they felt like, Reaganomics and like Reagan era shit would basically never go away. Like that was the shit. So I was reading this article. Again, anybody that follows me on Instagram, you might have seen me post it. I was reading this article that was basically talking about how almost like the status quo is a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like the status quo is determined by the status quo. You need people that are willing to like push shit in one direction or the other. And so after Barack Obama, we basically got Donald Trump, who didn't give a fuck about the status quo and was very willing to push shit way in a certain direction. And that made it seem more possible that shit could also go in the opposite direction. And so now we're having serious conversations about a universal basic income. Which I have a video on universal basic income. It's called On UBI and Unemployment. It's in the On playlist, in the must watch playlist if you haven't seen it. It's also from last summer, from lockdown time. But long-term subscribers have heard me talk about universal basic income like a million times. So, but basically like now, since we had a president that was willing to like push shit so far right, now we have like other ideas that when Barack Obama was president, they seemed really wildly left. I don't believe really in these terms, as you guys know. But now it seems more plausible and possible. And that's because the status quo, like Barack Obama is a status quo ass motherfucker. The status quo becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you're automatically saying, well, we can't do this and we can't do this and we can't do this and we can't do this because like the status quo says, because for like the longest amount of time Reaganomics said, then no, nothing's gonna get done, you fucking moderate. Like moderates halt progress. That's basically what the piece was about. How moderates halt progress, basically. That's what the shit was about. Again, anybody that follows me on Instagram saw it, but I'll post a link to it somewhere. Discord, comment section. I'll give it to Absurd, so Absurd can do her comment. Bye. Oh yeah, I see somebody got blocked. Yeah. Obama never stood for anything, and he doesn't now. He has no politics. He was just ambitious, in my opinion. He just wanted to be president. Oh, yeah, bye, Nicole. There's a video of Dr. Joy doing a talk about post-traumatic slave syndrome that had me crying at the end. Obama's white mom is from Kansas. Yeah. Yeah, those Hidden Figures videos have low views. It's funny because then people will come in the chat and be like, and have you heard of Saria Bonnelly? I have heard of her, yes. I did a Hidden Figures video on her, which you would know if you watched them. Videos on black women. Y'all must be new. A lot of the things y'all asked, Seren has already addressed many times over. And we've already said, like, we're not going to keep doing that because it wastes time for everybody else. So we're just going to, like, recommend the video, recommend the playlist, and keep it pushing. Obama never even acknowledged the Tulsa massacre. It took Biden for it to be recognized on a national level. The way that these white fans have been attacking black players, they should be banned too. This is dangerous. The pancake butt with the tiny incision ain't distracting. The insecurity has to be deep to be this racist. The psychology behind all this shit has to be analyzed. Don't nobody care about their fake free education. Some bitch said that Barack admitted to that publicly too. Freeing Asians, Latinx people, foreign blacks, and other universal programs has no implication for any black American. Freeing DACS, on the other hand, would free everyone, but no one wants to hear that. Yeah, because the problem is anti-blackness, and especially anti-black American sentiment specifically, which nobody wants to talk about and nobody wants to admit. But I do have a video coming soon where I am going to actually talk about that exact thing, Kate. So stay tuned, because I have a video coming on that exact shit for real. I'm fucking sick of politicians not wanting to do shit because they feel like they gotta placate white people. SMH, why are you here then? Yep. Obama basically governed like a moderate Republican. Unfair to immigrants, like as if motherfuckers can't ask reparations from the people who colonized them. Like the same way black Americans are demanding reparations from the U.S., they too can demand it from Spain, France, etc. You basically told all of black America you went through your whole presidency like a punk. The pendulum swing, I love when it swings towards progressive standards. Barack Obama wasn't used to fighting black people. Trump was a cursed blessing in a way, woke people up and realized that the impossible is actually possible. Didn't Obama say his favorite president was Ronald Reagan? Yes, he did. Like, I didn't just make that up. Like, he literally said, like, he thought that Reaganomics era type of governing would never end. Like, who the fuck says that? Like, the fuck? The fuck? I don't get some folks that don't watch the Hidden Figures. They're really amazing. But for the people that do not know how I feel about politics, I don't think I've ever done an entire video on fucking Helen Landemore and the concept of the autocracy, which I think I'm going to have to do. So I have an actual video. You guys know I hate talking about bipartisan politics, but I think I'm going to have to do an actual video because like people love, like I see somebody just put like Joe Biden is continuing, like what did it say? There, the Joe Biden is doing continuing Reagan policies too. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Joe Biden. Like, please don't think that just because I'm talking about Barack Obama or Trump or the left or the right that I don't give a fuck. I don't believe in bipartisan politics. I want to see the end of them. I've talked about this numerous times. Please don't come and try to have a discussion. Oh, but Joe Biden did. Right. We don't like none of them around here, Myra. Like, we're not on any of their sides, like, around here in this space. Like, we don't give a fuck. Like, we don't like Kamala either. We don't like Kamala either. Like, she's an Indo-Jamaican fronting. We don't like any of them on this platform. Like, this is not the place for that type of commentary, just so y'all know, because we don't give a fuck. Right. It should, right. So a latocracy is what I'm in favor of, which is the idea that all this public service shit should be like jury duty, where it's like basically picked like a lottery. Like, you just come in, you do your time, and you leave. I don't even believe we should have political parties. Like, I don't even believe in a bipartisan system. I don't even believe in like oh, and let's like all go vote and shit. Like, why? Like, if we're gonna vote, just give us all the individual topics and let us like vote from our phone. And if we're gonna have elected officials, it should be totally random, like jury duty, and people just come in and out. That's how I feel about that. So let me finish up these comments and then I'll go. I'm definitely gonna have to do a full video on it because people bring it up too much. Yeah. Barack Obama wasn't used to fighting white people. I don't get folks that don't watch your Hidden Figures videos. They are really amazing. I was like 11 when Obama was elected. I wish I could have known. Queen be stomping people to death. Queen, they dead. They gone. Hi, Imperfect D. The pendulum swings equally to the left as it does to the right. It just has to move at some point. The same applies to our consciousness around thoughts. Osaka pushed the needle also. Is it a YouTube glitch that it keeps saying the guy's getting timed out? It probably is. Oh, it's not a glitch. Oh, so I think Queen is just individually making sure she hits every single comment. Queen is like, you not coming back, bitch. Yeah, this is advanced class, right? This is the advanced class. This is not for the beginners. I have all nothing against beginners, because I have all type of playlists for beginners, including the must-watch playlist. But like, this isn't for the beginners. This conversation that we have during the Thursday live stream is not for the beginners. The Sunday live streams are a little more chill and relaxed. Biden was very disrespectful doing the "we will help everyone" at the Black Wall Street remembrance. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get in his ass. I'm gonna get in his ass when I do my video. Don't even trip. Y'all know. That's what I'm saying. I don't want nobody to think that I'm like Team Joe Biden and shit. Absolutely not, because I'm not. Absolutely not. If it was a wasted presidency, then he should have gone for it. Since they didn't like him anyway, what did he have to lose? He wanted them to like him. He wanted to be like, I'm a good black. I really think, like, the fact that some people act like those Boondocks episodes about Obama weren't real as fuck. Oh, sorry. And before I even get into this comment, that's collectively a lot of them, like, instead of the foreign blacks. I'm not black like them. Okay, Malcolm Gladwell, black like them, read the shit. That's the collective consciousness, that they're the good blacks and we're the niggers. Black like them, Malcolm Gladwell, read the shit. My video, we're different, watch it. BA Gang playlist, check it out. The fact that some people act like those Boondocks episodes about Obama weren't real as fuck. He didn't do a damn thing for black people. In my opinion, he actually made things worse for BAs. When I realized Obama wasn't a black American, it all made sense. Hi, Natalie. Hi, CMW. Barack's time in office set us back, sad to say. Nah, there's not, Tim. I'm just surprised folks don't be binging your vids. I did. It's interesting because a lot of people like to watch the live streams. It's really interesting. I feel like a lot of people, like, they just like the live engagement. They don't want to watch a pre-recorded video. I don't know. Biden said he's going to help racial equality by supporting minority businesses during his Tulsa speech, not black Americans. Yeah, just like how they said after George Floyd, we have to make sure that racial minorities don't get hit by hate crimes and shit, so we're passing this AAPI bill. Sorry, I didn't realize that George Floyd was fucking Asian. We don't like none of them. Obama hustled black people. We don't like none of them or the system. Seren says that elected officials should be like jury duty. You serve your time and you go. They never do anything for black Americans. Yeah, Asian Americans can get special protections. And before y'all want to start talking about that, I've done several, at least 4 or 5 videos on that specifically. All within the last few months. You can go look at them. Like, I'm not going to talk about them right now during the live stream when I have videos on it that you can go watch. I remember when my black coworkers brought up reparations while Obama was in office. I laughed, told them he's not radical enough. None of them. Yeah, we do not F with it, period. Yes, autocracy is so genius. Yes, and rotate regularly in and out. So we don't even have no consolidation of power. Nothing like that. Kamala is fronting and stay switching it up. She's not only not a non-black American, but she doesn't even identify with her Jamaican roots. She's a whole joke. Obama's favorite politician was Reagan, and that does speak for itself. Hi. Yes. Helen is a genius. Like, Helen Landemore is really a genius, and it's amazing to me that they don't have her, like, I mean, it's not, because, like, all our TV and shit is a circus, but I was gonna say it's amazing to me that, like, they don't have her on TV with all this, like, politics, 24/7 politics talk. The fact that they don't have her all over every channel, but that's just because, like, people don't really care. They don't really want, like, reality, like, real solutions. Like, they love talking about this. Motherfuckers love Donald Trump. I don't give a fuck. Motherfuckers love Donald Trump, and they're sad that he's gone because he generated so much fucking like content, like TV and like social media. Like, motherfuckers love that dude, and they're depressed that he's gone. And I kind of wouldn't be surprised if he ran again in 4 years and won, because like people want him back. Like, people don't actually care about politics and like civic duties and like making the world a better place and like, you know, like our civic responsibilities. Otherwise, they'd have Helen Landemore smart ass everywhere. She's also a woman, but, you know, there's that too. I remember that was like another like light bulb moment when I like started reading her stuff, and I was like, this bitch is right. Like, she is fucking smart. She is right. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna do a full video. That's brilliant. Lottery system for public servants. Yes, that's exactly what we need. Yeah, let's see. Queen got him and destroyed the body completely. I still don't understand how people were fooled by Kamala and Biden. Okay, no, it's fine. Okay, I didn't think you were pro any party politics. Been watching since I was 16. Was more so just complaining about Biden. Obama is not half Black American, Hush 420. He is half Kenyan. His father is Kenyan, not Black American. When Saren's saying I'm making a video, best believe I'm looking into the topic to enhance the learning. We don't do all that around here. Been watching since 2015. Buck Obama. Oh, yes. Yeah, half Kenyan. Yeah. It's because you're very engaging live. I started watching your old videos. Watch them before I go to sleep. I'm still waiting for my student loans to disappear like Biden promised. Hi. Cool. Thank you. I know I have a lot of videos, Ren. That's why I put them in playlists. I know there's a lot of them. I've been here in the space for a while now. I definitely binge your videos. It's also nice to have the lives to get great discussions. Right. Minorities. Anti-blackness. The fact that they can't say black, which I also have videos on. I have a really old video on that. Just because you're a non-black person of color in BPOC doesn't mean you're not anti-black. I've also written an essay on that for Riot Material. It's literally called Don't Call Me a Person of Color. I'm Black. I know the AAPI bill just gave money to cops, but it really was a slap in the face and clear antagonism to Black Americans. Yup. vid versus live is a produced single versus a freestyle. Hi, Sasha. I agree. Everyone loved him. Donald Trump made a lot of motherfuckers famous. And now black folks are making their request to Biden that's supposed to happen prior to him getting in office. It's too late now. He doesn't have to do anything for y'all. Biden should cancel the student loan debt, and the fact that he won't shows you where his head is. Radical change equals a lot of people losing jobs because status quo keeps the show going. Totally true, Tim. Did y'all talk about the woman who played? Oh, no, we didn't even talk about her. So I don't watch that show, and I had no idea who she was. Ellie Kemper. But I did learn that, yes, not only is she a veiled prophet, a KKK princess, basically, but she's also from a multi-millionaire family in, I want to say, Missouri. There was a lot of people that were saying, like, she's from that Kemper family? Like, they have their name on museums and schools. Like, she's a fucking rich bitch. And what were we just talking about? These rich motherfuckers getting into the arts. Rich bitch. Rich bitch. And a KKK princess. And what were we just talking about? These families and these white people that give all this money to these institutions and got their names on the institutions, and now they got some pull and some say on who's getting hired and who's getting fired and what we gonna do. And I just want to go ahead and say fuck Rooney and Kate Mara too while we're here talking about that. They said they will hold Biden accountable after he was elected. What? You don't think that gives him permission to keep doing bullshit? How do you hold someone so powerful accountable later on? It made no fucking sense. It made no sense. It made no sense. Surin is engaging live, but she's also more than enough pre-recorded. Hilarious, energetic, factual. Just watch the videos. Very backwards. Yeah. Another rich actress, Mel. Another rich actress. Deidre is 265 people on the live. Can we get the likes up? Here we go. Ellie Kemper basically got Old South slave money. Basically, pretty much. Pretty much. I feel, do you guys think, I'm just going to ask this question really quick and then I'm going to get ready to go because I'm basically at the bottom. Do you guys feel, I saw somebody say this on Instagram and I totally agree with this. Do you guys feel that, like entertainers and artists and shit that come from money and especially that kind of money, do you guys feel like they should have to disclose that? I think they should. Some people were like, they don't think that they should, that's not fair because it's invading their privacy. I kind of don't give a fuck, though. I kind of feel like, I mean, we can already find out, especially if you're from, like, a very well-known, you know, Old South or Old New England money, like the Maras and shit. Like, I kind of feel like you should have to disclose. Legacy kids. It reminds me of the Mardi Gras KKK pageants in New Orleans. Yeah, she was, like, a legit KKK princess. Like, a legit. Like, it was in the papers, like... Elizabeth Kemper of the very well-known Kemper family was the veiled prophet princess, and they like dressed her up. It was like a whole, you know, Grand Wizard event. I never watched the show. I never even heard of the bitch before. I never watched the show because I never got into The Office either, and I know that she was on The Office too. And I was just like, oh, I'm not surprised that she's a KKK princess, and she comes from this like super old, super rooted, like old money. Not surprising. Yikes. Oh, Paigey, you just learned something new. What? Ellie Kemper? Uh-huh. And she's from a very famous family of the Kempers. Hundreds of millions of dollars. Again, like their name is on museums. Their names are on schools. Their names are on art galleries. Like they have tons of money. Old KKK money. Money. And she's smiling all over your TV set. Smiling. Just smiling with a little KKK smile. I'm sure she's not the first, nor will she be the last. Obama is a Republican disguised as a Democrat, but really nowadays they're all the same. So I was also reading this thing that said that in the United States, basically, parties are empty vessels that are waiting for politicians to come and fill them up with ideology. Another light bulb moment. I was like, yes, that's why these parties gotta go. Because even the fact that the parties can change so quickly, like Abraham Lincoln was a Republican. You know, like at one point the Republicans were a totally different party. And at one point, the Democrats were a totally different party. That, you know, Donald Trump, who never even identified as a Republican before in his life and has like openly talked shit about the Republicans, but since we have a bipartisan system, you can only really run as one or the other, was able to sort of come into the party, and now he has essentially hijacked the party. The parties don't really exist. The parties are nothing. Like I said, the shit I was reading, it literally said in the United States, the parties are empty vessels that are waiting for the people to come and fill them up with ideology. Which is true. So why do we need them? What is the point of them? What is the purpose of them? We like, if they're just waiting for basically demagogues to come and fill them up with whatever the idea is going to be on the left or on the right or in the middle or on the top or on the bottom or in the past or in the future, why do we need them? Why do we have them? Just so that fucking zealots and fascists can fucking come in and take over? They're obsolete. It's 2021, bitch. These shits gotta go. I'm gonna do a full video on it though. Okay, I'm almost done. KKK pageant, KKK queen, KKK princess. So you guys said yes. Yes. I don't think they have to disclose, but they should stop lying like they came from the bottom. It's a lot of yeses. I don't think they should. You don't think they should, Mel? Oh, you don't think they should hide it? I don't think they should hide it. It looks like most of y'all said yes. They should have to disclose. Absolutely. Yes, for sure. I feel like they should disclose. Oh, yeah, she was in the yeah, it was in the paper. Like, Ellie Kemper, she's not ashamed of it at all. I don't know if she's going to address it or if she's just going to try and let it blow over. But it wasn't hidden that she was a little KKK princess. And it also wasn't hidden that she's rich as fuck. She didn't disclose it either, though. Yes, I think they should have to disclose because a lot of us are from the lower class. It's not fair, and it gives you an unfair advantage. Yeah, I agree. I think we should know. I feel disgusting to have ever given her show my views. I don't care if they disclose. Just don't act as if you struggle to get where you are. Wasn't the plot of her show having to do with the secret society? I heard that, I never watched it again, but they said that she, like, escaped from a cult or something. So now a lot of people are wondering, like, is this, like, based on her real life? Like, not that she escaped from a cult, but, like, what's up with your rich KKK family, sis? Like, you're gonna have to say something about this. Crazy. I want to know who else. This is hilarious in an ironic sense, but I'm wondering who else is hiding. Ellie Kemper is in hiding right now, which says a lot. Oh, so she's in hiding. She hasn't said anything. This stuff is hiding in plain sight. None of it is really hidden. Smiling with her gay black co-star. Right, while she's a whole KKK princess. Can't trust the white, and Titus carried that show anyway. Yes, as an artist entertainer, you sacrifice your privacy for your art. Regular folks' privacy gets invaded all the time without access. They should have to disclose. Zafuri, surprise Pikachu face. Political parties are just little club memberships for these elites to play in our faces. Why do we need them? That switch up of the party. Okay, so when I do my video on this, which I'm gonna do, I will include links. Zafuri, if you're on Instagram, if you go look in the reading list highlight, anyone that's on Instagram, the vast majority of the stuff that I mentioned that I'm reading is in a highlight on my Instagram page called Reading List. And it will have a swipe up link and everything. The parties do not exist. And let us not forget that some of the most detrimental policies of the last 30 years for Black Americans were also passed by Dems. Right. Like, all this political party shit is not real. It is not real. It's not fucking real. Obama also came from money from his white side, of course, his white grandmother, of course. They should have to disclose. They talk about how people come from the slums. They should... Good point, Racy Cranham girl. They talk about how people come from the slums, talk about how they were born with the silver spoons. That's true, because that is, bye, Nicholas. I do feel like that's part of what contributes to like the starving artist trope, is that when somebody's poor, they have to talk about it. They have to talk about how they came from nothing and like, you know, all that. Which makes me even think of these athletes in like these press conferences. It's NFL draft night and they're asking somebody, you know, they got the microphone in the kid's face. Your mother was a crack addict that left you on the street and died from an overdose when you were only a baby. How does it feel to now be in the NFL as a crack baby? Like, we should have cameras in these people's faces. Like, so you were a KKK princess. How does it feel to now be a rich and famous actress and nobody knows? You're from a family that has your name all over the art galleries and the museums and the universities in Missouri and Kansas. And you were the veiled prophetess. How do you feel about that? But they don't want to put the camera and the microphone in their face and ask them kind of questions. They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Almost to the bottom, y'all. Bye, Nicholas. They should definitely have to disclose. Obama's father was also a diplomat, but he acted like he came from the bottom of Chicago. Chance the Rapper. Weird slums narrative. Bye, Davey. Bye, Bambusa. Bye, Chanel. I'm sick as fuck. I liked her show, too. Why hide it? There was definitely some inspiration because the show was weird. Titus was the only good part. The premise was she was in a cult and kept in a bunker. The first season of True Detective is actually based off the secret society that the Kemper family is a part of. That veiled prophet shit? Wow. See, so like she should have to answer questions about that. She shouldn't get to stay in hiding. Just like the fucking Asian bitch Christine Davitt. The black people gotta answer all these fucking questions, but the fucking non-black people, they get to go in hiding and not address it. Because the problem is what? Anti-blackness. I read that Ellie Kemper's mom was also an admissions officer at Princeton, which is why her and all her siblings got in, of course. Her daddy has $450 million, literally. I'm going to stop watching all these shows. They don't need my money. Like, but I bet you she don't work for free. Like, she gets paid to do that show. She got paid to do The Office. Just like I said about Rooney and Kate Mara, they don't work for free. Their family are billionaires. They are a sports dynasty. Ellie Kemper, you come from a family where your father has $450 million. Bitch, you should work for free. If they come from outrageous money, they should be specific. But I kind of don't think they should have to disclose. Bye, Marcy. I do think that the political parties are empty vessels. It reminds me of sports culture. Everyone just picks a team for entertainment. The Tea Party system is corrupt and filled with millionaires. Like Salma Hayek growing up with oil money and 3 tigers. Yeah, she has taken roles and worked off the poor Mexican discrimination trope. Wow, that's a great point. People have to down themselves and their families or even embarrass them. In these press conferences, the rich can get embarrassed too. I changed my vote to hard yes. They should have to disclose. That's really how it is though. Like on draft day, they really they will put the camera in their faces. And just like I said, like the Michael Jordan thing. Your father is dead. He got shot. And they think that it was because of your gambling and this and that. And they'll ask you that, but they won't ask these people about coming from these multi-millionaire and billionaire ass fucking families. No, ask them. Ask them. Ask them. Bye to those that left. Opportunity the Rapper. Yes, harass her. They get coddled. The rich get coddled. Privilege the Rapper. All these names for Chance. Why should she be anonymous? They need to fess up and explain. Found an article about the Ellie Kemper situation and the authors trying to soften the blow by writing, actually, the Veiled Prophets aren't KKK. They were just founded by Confederate soldiers. Right, like the Daughters of the Confederacy. Like, they're a white supremacist group. Like, come on now. Open your purse! It's the first iteration of the KKK. There are 2 different KKKs. The first one was Confederate soldiers. And the second wave of the KKK that actually got popularized and is the version that we know today was inspired by the movie Birth of a Nation. True story. They should work for free and give their salary to poor artists so they can live. Salma and those damn tiger pets hits the same every time. They are playing semantics to protect Ellie Kemper. Right. We wanted to be fair, so ask them. Moral objectivity where? Bye, anime fan. Yeah. And I just got to the bottom. Right. It's a double standard. Yeah. No. Like, ask them. Ask them. And I just got to the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and go. I am going to be doing a video. So I'm definitely going to be doing a video on autocracy and like my ideas about bipartisan politics at some point. Not yet, but at some point, just so there's like a reference video for every time it gets brought up. Also, I'm going to be doing some other videos on some of the other stuff that we talked about during this live stream. And I will go through and collect some of the links and stuff that I've been reading for you guys as well. So, great live stream. And I will see you guys. Oh, I didn't do my Black Friday video last Friday because I posted my J. Cole review, even though I know last Friday was the last Friday of the month. So, I'm also going to be posting my Black Friday Black-owned business unboxing video tomorrow. Bye, guys.